Good morning and welcome to Lindenwood University for this 11:30 matchup between your Salette Lions and the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints. This is the Lions' first varsity rugby game of the year, and we are very excited to bring you all the action here this morning. I'm Joseph Mackin here alongside Thomas Latz. Thomas, how are you doing today?
Doing great. I'm really excited for today.
That's right. This game, much anticipated. The Lions have been putting in a lot of work ever since, well, the players who have predominantly played rugby, they've been putting in work ever since, December, November.
Yeah.
And the basketball guys, now that their season is ended, they're in here too, and they've been getting at it the last couple of weeks. And so we're really excited to see what this team can bring.
Yep. We've got a new coach from last year, Father James Carlisle. We're really excited to see what he can do for our team. We have a lot of confidence in him. We think it's going to be good.
That's right. That's right. Coming off of a big win here, the Lions took away the last game from the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints, their JV team, 15-13. That was the final score of the game. The Lions JV came away with a big win there. What do you think that means going into this game?
Oh, what I've always noticed with JV and then a varsity game right afterwards, if we win the JV, we're going to win the varsity. It's just a big psychological win, and we're ready to go for varsity after that.
So true. I was on the sidelines with Mr. Vitri, who's the JV coach, and I was listening, and the guys from the A-side team, so the varsity team for the Lions, they were sitting behind me, and they were critiquing all the different stuff that the B-side, so the JV, was doing wrong. They were like, oh, no, you need to, pass it out this way, get it out to the wing, blah, blah, blah. And so I think that period of just being able to see rugby being played right in front of them, not on the screen, but right in front of them, was really helpful to them because they can see what the JV did wrong and how they can, make it better.
Yeah, our A-side definitely has their rugby minds working this morning.
That's right. Yeah,
we're ready to go.
That's right. You can see them out there. They're huddling up right now around Father Carlisle. They're getting ready to go. I know that the JV team got really pumped right at that last minute. And so, yeah, we're really excited to see how this game kicks off.
All right, looks like we've got right about a minute until kickoff.
So just the other day, on Thursday, the Lions selected their captain for the A side, and the captain selected is Mark Shea. Mark has put in lots of work over the course of his Salette career, and I would say that, although the Lions, they have tons of good rugby players on the team, he's, I think, the one that everybody thinks of when they think of Lions rugby in 2022.
Yeah, I've been expecting him to be captain ever since freshman year.
Yeah.
He's been starting JV ever since then.
True.
It's not often that a freshman is starting JV.
That's right, and he's worked his way up. And obviously the last 2 years, over the course of the last 2 years, the Lions have only had 3 games. And so what that means is that this team doesn't have a whole lot of experience as far as in-game experience is concerned, just like the basketball team did. They didn't have much experience in that regard either, but they were able to overcome that. And I think that Mark is a great guy on the team to have lead them into this battle.
Oh yeah. Okay, so both teams are set up now. Lions scrum half Kevin Quigley is about to take the kickoff. And we're going. Kick is received by number 15. Number 8 for the Saints takes it into contact. Going down the right side of the field. Great tackle there by the Lions.
Might seem a little confusing for those of you who watch football often. The rugby field is a whole lot wider than a football field is, although the length is pretty comparable. And so if you see guys way out of bounds and you're like, what is happening? Why are they running out of bounds? There's the line is only a few feet away from that fence that you see over there, and same thing over here on this end.
Yeah. The Saints forwards pounded in. Dominant tackle by number 10, Kevin Quigley. Great tackle by our tight head prop, Augustin Blood.
Tackling is definitely one of those things that the coaches on this team have been trying to integrate into really every dimension of our practicing. they've noticed, I think, over the years, not that the tackling has necessarily been bad, but it's definitely one of those things that we can work on and make a lot better. And so they've been pushing that hard during the practices.
Our first whole week of practice this year was completely dedicated to tackling.
That's right, yeah. And just getting those basics down, getting the split step and stuff like that is really important.
Strong counter ruck by Charles Prather. Lions almost take it, but they get a penalty called for them. Kevin Quigley's taking it. And he kicks it straight into touch. It'll be the Lions line out. Mark Shea getting ready to throw in the line out. It's right on the halfway mark.
Nice job by Charles Prather to grab that one in.
Passing it down our back line. And our wing, George Mackin, is on the ground. Saints create a turnover. This is dangerous. They're within their own 22, within our 22. And another penalty awarded to the Lions. Kevin Quigley's taking it again.
I think that a big reason that we saw, and we saw this a lot in the B-side game as well, and that is that the Lions, they know the game very well, and they're very controlled on both offense and defense as far as penalties is concerned.
Yes. We've put a lot of emphasis on that this year, teaching all the players the laws of the game extremely well, very thoroughly.
Right. You've been in charge of that, haven't you?
Yes. My position this year has been basically rules and reffing. I'm a level 100 ref now, and I've been teaching all the players all the laws of the game. It's been a great experience, and they've learned a lot. That's
right. Yeah, I always see you guys down in the media room or somewhere else where there's a projector, just going over different stuff, different rules. And that's especially important when you're coming off of 2 whole seasons of not being able to get any varsity minutes in.
Great tackle there by Matthew Romero, our wing. That could have easily been a try. Saints pass it down their back line. Nice little short kick, and it's recovered by Dominic Kotsos. Great turnover there. Luke Dean has a nice drive. Turns the ball over, though. Knock on. It'll be a scrum for the Saints. One thing we've had a little bit of trouble with this last week has been our scrum, so I think we got it together, though, so this should be a good scrum, even though it is a defensive scrum.
That's right. I was very kind of wowed when I was looking at the B-side scrums. Just a couple days ago during practice, they were collapsing all the time, and they weren't able to hold it together, but they did very well. Yeah. Again, hope I'm not jinxing the A-side here, but B-side did very well on their scrums.
Yeah, our last scrum practice, I was working with Mike Vitry with the B-side forwards, and we literally only got one successful scrum, but it was good, so we thought we were ready.
Right.
We're seeing a pretty strong counter-rucking effort from the Lions today. I like that.
Yeah, it shows that they're really getting lower than the other guy and that they're driving him off.
And there's been another penalty awarded. Kevin Quigley's taking it quick. He gets some meters before getting tackled. And that ruck is no good. Saints recover that.
Excellent defensive effort there by Joseph Martin and Matthew Romero to bring him down.
Knock on there by the Saints. Number 5, I believe, and we'll be having a scrum for the Lions. Our first offensive scrum of the game. We'll really see how this worked out. Okay, so it looks like the ref changed his signal. He first held his arm out to the Lions. Now it's actually a Saints scrum. Well, collapsed scrum. Hopefully we can get it next time.
The weather here in St. Louis, Missouri has just been absolutely beautiful so far.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
A
going
little
up to
chilly this morning, but it's about perfect now.
Right, and I think it's even going up at higher. I think at like 3 o'clock or so, it's supposed to be in the 70s.
Feels like spring.
Yeah, I know. Very happy about that. The Lions down here in St. Louis, Missouri for the tournament that they're taking part in right now. So B-side game earlier today, that was at 9:30 a.m. The Lions were able to come away with a win there, 15-13. Here we have the A-side game here at 11:30, and then there's another A-side game at 11:30 tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for that.
Great tackles by the Lions here on this phase. Not letting these Saints gain much ground on us. All right, we're within our 22 now, so we really need to create a turnover here. And we got our defense overloaded, and the Saints are scoring a try.
So for those of you who aren't very familiar with the game, tries are worth 5 points. So they're sort of the equivalent to touchdowns in football, if you want to think about it like that, just that you have to touch the ball down within the end zone. And then the conversion afterwards is worth 2 points.
Yes.
So 5-0 right now. Saints up over the Lions.
Yep. That try was scored toward the middle of the field, so I would anticipate that this kick will be good. So that would get us to a score of 7-0. Something I've noticed with Lions rugby a lot, we're frequently operating from a deficit. So they score the first try, and then we're always answering their tries. Oftentimes, like we saw with the JV game, it works out good.
Yeah.
We win, but that's just a pretty common theme. We see that a lot. We're able to function with it.
Kick no good.
We're still at a score of 5-0. Saints are up. They've got a lead on us, but we could very easily tie that score.
That's right. That's what happened last time in the game. They went up 5-0 for about a period of 4 or 5 minutes or so, and then the Lions were able to come right back and answer again. And then I think they kind of dominated the rest of the game, to be honest.
All right, teams are getting set up again. Kevin Quigley, scrum half, getting ready to take the kick. Good deep kick. Almost goes into the try zone, recovered by 14.
Beautiful.
Really good tackle by Charles Prather, I believe.
Yep. And these Lions, they're really getting low in their tackles and getting aggressive in the rucks. And so that's really exciting to see.
All right, the Saints kick to touch. It's going to be a Lions lineout. Mark Shea, our captain, an 8-man throwing in. Joe Martin passing it down the back line.
Good ball movement here by the Lions.
And a penalty called against the Lions. Not sure exactly what that was. It was in a ruck, so I would assume probably hands in the ruck or something like that. Saints don't get it to touch. Kick is recovered by George Mackin. Runs down the field really fast, grounds it about the middle of the field. And another penalty awarded to the Saints against the Lions. Not seeing quite the same discipline as with the JV, but it's still good.
Yeah, it's true. The JV team were called for maybe just as many penalties as the Lions, the A side has been called for so far this game.
A kick makes it to touch. It'll be a Saints lineout on the far side of the field. close to our try zone, so need to make dominant tackles here. Create a turnover if we can. Saints passing it down their back line. Good tackle by Peter Dvorak there, our inside center. Out to their 15. And it's going to be a scrum for the Lions, I believe.
Sorry about the part of the window there that's blocking the view of the camera.
Yeah, there's one corner of the field that I can't see very well, and I don't think our camera can see very well either.
Yeah, we're leaning from up here, but I'm not complaining because this is a pretty sweet press box.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I've broadcasted a decent amount of games, and this is by far the best setup I've ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, they put us up in here. We're nice and high up. Yeah, it's great. And it blocks the wind, too, whereas if we were outside.
Be hearing a lot of wind feedback.
That's right.
All right, Lions scrum. Looks like a fairly strong scrum. Joe Martin passing it down to the backs. Kevin Quigley kicks it high, but not very deep.
Oh.
15 by the Saints recovers it. And Eamon Martin takes him down. Eamon Martin, our fullback, number 15.
Oh, beautiful.
And a knock on. Looks like we'll be playing advantage. Dominic Kotsos has it.
Time for the Lions to make something of this.
So the rules, how advantage works is when there's a violation, a minor violation by the other team, well, we immediately secure the ball and start moving down the field. They won't call it for a scrum. They just call it advantage since we're going to be gaining ground from it. Some sloppy passes. Would have created a turnover, but because of the advantage, we get called back to the scrum. Yeah, when another violation happens while you're playing advantage lasts for about 30 to 40 seconds. If another violation happens at that point, you get called back for the scrum.
Right.
So you can never afford to be careless, but it's nice when you're playing advantage.
Yeah.
You can get away with more.
Right.
Looks like another fairly strong scrum for the Lions. It's taken by 8-man Mark Shea. He's running down the field.
Beautiful.
Breaks a tackle.
Breaks
another tackle.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's taken down, but he gained a lot of ground.
Good.
That's what I like to see from our captain.
That's right, Mark Shea, total beast out there on the field, and he's been so ever since he started playing the game.
Passing it down our backs. Eamon Martin passes out
Beautiful.
to Charles Prather.
Charles Prather gets it over to Matthew Romero.
I believe he passed it forward, though, unfortunately, so it's going to be a scrum for the Saints.
Dang it.
Could have been a try, but hey, we're within their 22.
That's right, so hopefully. Oh, wow.
I think Charles Prather could have made it in for the try. He didn't need to pass it, but that's okay. We're in their 22.
Or just go into contact and then kind of work.
Yeah, that's the good thing about rugby. You can go into contact. That's just fine. You keep the ball. You just keep playing.
Yeah.
That's something our coaches over the years, not just this year, but over my whole time here, they've been always emphasizing, don't be afraid to get tackled. Just go in. If you present the ball and we ruck well, we can keep going.
Yeah. It's not like in football where you have it's third down, so you better do something, or fourth down, you better do something.
So the Saints, number 15, their fullback, looks like he has a minor injury, so we paused the game for a minute. Looks like we're going to pull in at least a temporary sub for the Saints.
Don't know how long that'll last. I didn't see what happened to him, but he seems to be moving just fine.
With injury subs, you can call in a temporary sub for 15 minutes, and if your player isn't ready to go back in the game by the time the 15 minutes are up, the replacement becomes permanent. Yeah, with rugby, unlike a lot of games, any tactical substitutions you make are permanent. Okay, looks like we're getting back started. We're getting set for our scrum, or the Saints scrum, unfortunately.
Yeah. But we're still in their 22. We can make something happen from this.
Ref is calling for the reset of the scrum. Must have been something unstable there, somebody doing something wrong.
So in rugby, at least for high school, I don't know what the rules are, but it's 35-minute halves, correct?
It depends on what's going on. The max for any game is 80 minutes total, so 40-minute halves.
Yeah.
Sometimes in tournaments like this particular tournament, we're doing 35-minute halves. Some tournaments, just to keep the games moving because you have to have the field available for the next game, you can go down to 30 or 25 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not really set. It's a max of 80 minutes, though.
Right. But for this tournament here, it's 35. And so for those of you who are watching the clock wind up on the screen and you're wondering why is the clock winding up, that's why. Counting up to 35 minutes or so. The referee can or the sir, I should say, can keep that going longer, right?
Yes. So you typically don't call time strict. You wait for the next dead ball before you call time.
Right.
Saints are gaining a lot of ground on the Lions right now. A bit of a sloppy pass there. Guy goes to ground. Forwards are pounding it against our defensive line. And we have a penalty awarded to the Lions.
That's really exactly what the Lions needed right now. The Saints were gaining a lot of ground. And so
kick by Kevin Quigley goes straight into touch. We'll have our line out past the halfway mark. So we're in their half. It's our ball. That's a good position to be in right now. Mark Shea getting ready to pass in. Sounds like the lineout might have been not straight. So we'll have a scrum on the 15-meter for the Saints. Our side of the scrum looks a lot more stable than theirs. They're passing it down their back line now.
Oh.
And a knock on. And a scrum for us, right about where that last scrum was, within their half.
This is good. The Lions need to make something happen from this. They need to drive into their territory. It hasn't been very often so far that we've seen the Lions maybe 2 or 3 times within the Saints 22.
All right, getting set up for another scrum. And the scrum collapses. It's just going to be a reset scrum there. No penalty being called on anyone. Just wasn't stable enough. I did a level 1 reffing course a couple weeks ago. One of the biggest things we talked about was the scrum is one of the most dangerous parts of the game. So as a ref, you just have to, at every step of it, constantly be looking for stability.
Right, because are you basically what you're saying is, correct me if I'm wrong, that if something goes wrong in there, if somebody collapses the wrong way, that could lead to a serious injury?
Yeah, and
right.
It would ultimately be the ref's fault. All right, knock on by the Lions, I believe. It's going to be a Saints scrum.
Frustrating to watch. I think that usually it takes the Lions to score once before they kind of get in their rhythm.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I have.
I mean, I guess it's kind of normal of just about any team.
We're fairly disciplined so far for penalties, but our passing hasn't been quite perfect, so that's what's led to the fairly large number of knock-ons. Another strong scrum. Oh, ends up not quite so good. The Saints take it into our half. We need to make good tackles here. Getting close to our 22. We've got to stop this progress now. Forwards pounded in. Pass it down the backs. Penalty been awarded to the Saints. This is close enough. I don't believe they will, but this is close enough. They could kick a penalty kick for 3 points right now. And it looks like the Saints have taken an option for a scrum. And another collapsed scrum. And a penalty has been awarded to the Saints. And the Saints kick into touch. Right in our try zone, so. Looks like there's been a penalty. Kevin Quigley kicks it down the field. It's in their half now. And one of the Saints' wings evades several tackles, is finally brought down. Saints forwards pounded against our defense. Defensive overload on the far side of the field. Sorry, offensive overload against our defense. With the Saints, when their forwards pounded in, they don't get a lot of ground, but they get it consistently. They get a few meters each time,
Yeah.
and that's been hurting us. Wow, this game has really been created off of mistakes that various teams are making. They just knocked it on. We've got another scrum. I haven't been keeping track, but I feel like we're getting close to like 10 scrums in this game so far.
Yeah, we might even be there already. I mean, there have been plenty and plenty of scrums.
And it's collapsed again. Looks like there's going to be a free kick for the Saints. The free kick, they can either take it quick or they can kick it, but if they kick it to touch, it does not remain their ball. George Mackin takes the kick. Okay, so we've got the ball, but we're in our half. So we've got to make some yards quick. Mark Shea makes some meters again, breaks a couple of tackles, finally goes down. Looks like we've had a penalty awarded to the Lions. Kicked into touch by Kevin Quigley.
Quigley's a very good kicker so far as I've seen.
Yes. Our past few years, oftentimes we've seen big people are often good kickers because you just expect them to have a lot of power.
Right.
Kevin Quigley is the smallest guy on our varsity team, but he is a very strong and fairly accurate kicker. Lineout is stolen by the Saints. Yet another turnover. Nice little switch pass there. Saints keep passing it out to the side, but we keep hitting them with tackles. They are dangerously close to the try zone. We have to play lockdown defense at this point.
Seriously. We're going to need to create a turnover here and get them out of there.
Of course, they'll probably commit a penalty, as we've seen this whole game.
Right,
so.
yeah, yeah. Met with a wall of resistance there from the Lions.
And the Saints scrum half scores the try out in the corner. So our score is 10-0 now. It's pretty far out there, so I doubt they'll make this kick. Father Carlisle and Mike Vitry going out to have a talk with the Lions. Hopefully they can get our heads up, get us going again so we can score some tries and take this game back. We've got 8 minutes left in the half, more or less 8 minutes. In rugby, the clock does not stop for every pause in the game. It's just a running clock unless the ref specifically stops it, whether it's for an injury or to talk with someone about some penalty or whatever, but it doesn't stop for like a try or every single penalty.
No good.
Kick is no good, so stay at a score of 10-0. Operating from a deficit, as we unfortunately often do, but could still take this back quite easily.
That's right. And once you get the Lions offense sort of rolling, I think that's kind of a big deal. Because once you get them going, you get that morale up again, I think they'll start moving into it. So I think that if we see a try
just
here,
one try, psychological win, and we're going.
Yeah, that's right.
Kevin Quigley taking the kick again.
Thomas Latz and I may or may not be extremely happy right now that Mr. Jason Lanthier walked into the room with some snacks for the tech crew up here.
Oh,
and the broadcasters.
Oh, yes. Mr. Lanthier is always coming in clutch for us, getting us food, whatever we need.
Oh, man. Our tech crew up here today, we have Joseph Bergman operating our computer. Blaze Larona's taking stats over there, and Luke Pedri is running our camera right now. Thomas Latz and I, obviously, broadcasters. And then Mr. Lanthier is our food supplier / yeah. Most loved person in the room at this moment. Right
Oh, yes. Okay, penalty awarded to the Lions. Let's see if I can get back focused on the broadcast here. Bit of a sloppy pass there, but George Mackin is going down the side. Breaks 2 tackles. Gets taken by the third guy. And the ball's in touch, so it'll be the Saints lineout.
It is good to see the Lions drive it into their territory, though. That's what we need to see right now. And I think a score before halftime kind of needs to happen.
Oh, yeah. Sir has called it back. There was, I believe, some violation there at the lineout, so he's called a scrum for the Lions. Okay, so once again we're seeing it. Our ball within their half of the field. This could be our chance.
I think that the Lions, there too many opportunities have been wasted because of some dumb penalty that the Lions have committed. And it's really been the same things for the Saints as well. But
Yes.
especially here for the Lions, just because we haven't scored yet so far this game. And it's a big factor in not scoring so far has been for us just not being able to get in these situations and not commit a penalty.
Okay, so we're still going on with the scrum, but looks like one of the Lions has an injury. I'm not quite sure who it is. He's been pulled off to the side by the trainer. He's getting checked out right now. It's George Mackin, or one of our wings. But he's off the field, so we're going on anyway. About 4 minutes left in the half. Not a very clean scrum, but we secure it, and Joe Martin sprints down the field.
Beautiful.
Breaks a
Support
tackle,
him.
gets taken by the second guy.
A big thing when you get in. Oh, goodness.
And we just turned it over again. But there was a penalty. Penalty awarded to the Lions.
We got lucky.
Kevin Quigley will be taking the quick tap, passing it to Mark Shea. Let's see Mark break some tackles.
Big
Too
thing.
much defense there, but he made some yards.
Big thing here when you're getting in, once you start getting towards the try zone, you see the defense and everybody kind of bunch up a lot, and that means that the Lions are going to need to bring a lot of support to a lot of these tackles.
Support and possibly pass to our wings because there might not be defense on them.
Right.
And another penalty awarded to the Lions. Kevin Quigley taking it quick.
Nice. He's right there.
And he makes it to the try zone.
Awesome.
Try is far over in the corner, so our chances at the kick are not great, but hey, it's still a try.
That's right.
We've got a score of 5-10 right now with the Saints up by 5. As we were saying, though, Kevin Quigley is a fairly good kicker, so I would say he has a decent chance of making this.
He's got the wind at his back, so that could potentially help the situation. Injury update there on my brother, George Mackin. He went out of the game. He was laying down. The trainer was checking him out, but he's standing up now, so that's a good sign. I think it's something with his leg. I think it's his left leg.
Don't believe we're having a sub come in for him at this point. And the kick is good.
Beautiful. That's the first made kick I've seen in the B-side and the A-side game so far.
Oh, yeah.
So that's awesome.
Good job on Kevin Quigley there.
Score is 10-7. Lions only down 3 points now.
And we're under 2 minutes left in the half, so our next dead ball will probably be time called. Saints getting ready to take the kick, kicking to us, so we'll be on offense right off the bat for this phase.
Right. Unlike in football, when a team scores, they get the ball returned to them.
That kick, the kick has to go 10 meters. I don't believe it did, so the ref is calling it back. There's usually an option for either a re-kick or a scrum. Looks like there's going to be a scrum at the center.
Smart. I think that works out better for the Lions anyway.
Yep. Okay, so scrum for the Lions right at the middle. Hopefully it'll be another strong scrum. Passing it out to our backs. Joseph Artola has a pretty strong run. Goes to Mark Schoeberle. Almost a knock on, but he secured it. And a penalty in the ruck awarded to the Saints. We're turning over the ball to him.
I don't know if that was not releasing, but I thought that's what it was.
And it makes touch right about the halfway mark. Saints line out here. Probably have one more phase of play before calling time, as the clock is running down right now. Charles Prather gives a good contest for that lineout. The Saints give it a good kick. Okay, so it looks like at this point Derwin Wilson has come in as wing for George Mackin. And it looks like the ball got kicked out of bounds, and he's called the half. All right, so at the end of the first half, we've got a score of 7-10, with the Saints up by 3 points. A little bit of a deficit, but we can definitely make this up in the second half.
How long do halftimes go?
I believe it's 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Wow, okay. Well, I don't think that we can talk for that long, so we're going to take a quick break and be back here with maybe 5 minutes or so to go right before the second half to bring in the second half of action. And so until then, Thomas Latz and I signing off here, but be sure to join us again for the second half in about 10 minutes or so. Thank you so much for watching.
Right, thank you.
Welcome back to the second half of play here at Lindenwood University. I'm Joseph Mackin here alongside my good friend, Mr. Thomas Latz, level 100 certified rugby coach. And we are really excited to bring you the second half of action here as the Lions have really just taken it to the Saints in the last few minutes there of the first half of play. They're down only 3 points now, 10-7, and so we'll see what the second half brings.
Okay, just a clarification to something I said earlier in the game. So the max amount for time in general is 40 minutes per half, but for under 19, which is what high school is, it's 35-minute halves. So we are playing full regulation halves here. Okay, so we've gotten our kickoff started, and already there's been a knock-on, and it will be a scrum for the Lions.
Penalties were kind of the story that painted the first half of play. Nobody could really make any sort of good offensive progress without creating some penalty, committing some penalty to negate it all. And so hopefully the Saints keep up with that, but the Lions are able to overcome it here in the second half.
I think another advantage we're going to be having this second half, we pretty much out-condition any team. We should be able to keep going fast and strong when the Saints are getting tired.
Right.
Eamon Martin takes it down close to the sideline, but he's knocked it on. And it looks like the ball also went into touch.
Yeah.
So it'll be a line out over there.
Whose line out is that going to be? Is that going to be Saints?
Line out for the Saints, yes. Let's hope Charles Prather can contest this pretty good. Yes, good contest by Charles Prather, but the Saints do take it. They sprint down the field hard. Good tackle by, I believe, either Dominic Kotsos or Luke Dean. I'm not sure which.
That's Luke Dean. Oh, no, that's Gus Blood.
Okay. Strong kick down the field. It goes into touch. So it was a kick and open play, so it'll be a line out right here for the Lions. Okay, I'm a little confused on that, but looks like it's going to be a scrum here. No, line out for the Saints. A little bit confused on the call there, but it's okay.
Oh, man.
This is dangerous.
This is where the Lions are going to have to,
we were in this position a lot last half.
Yeah, and
I wanted to stop this.
Yeah. Oh, no. They're getting close.
Good tackle, but gained way too much ground.
That's a little bit better, but
they're right on the Saints are right on their try line. And a penalty has been awarded to the Lions. Something in that ruck there. It's hard unless the refs use secondary hand signals. When you're this far away, you really can't tell exactly what the violation is. Even sometimes when you're reffing a scrimmage or something, it can be a little bit difficult to tell exactly what's going on under a pile of bodies.
Yeah. Those two kids are like wrestling to get the ball. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So Quigley really booted it out of bounds. And so the two kids in the stands went to go get it, and they're like wrestling one another for it.
Looks like we've got a maul here off of this line out. And the maul's down. Looks like we're into a ruck, and it's the Saints' ball right now.
Oh, man.
Fortunately, they took it off that line out. Strong drive by the Saints. He's successfully tackled, though.
Ball's loose.
And the Saints have knocked it on. And looks like we were going to play advantage. A scrum now for the Saints, actually.
The Lions just need to get the ball and boot it as far as they can out of bounds. You know what I mean? Just as far away as possible.
It's like a fairly strong scrum by both teams. Saints take it away.
Oh, wow.
Their wing was about to score the try, but the ball goes out of bounds.
Lions got
and
lucky.
It'll be a line out.
Lions get really lucky.
Sloppy passes and penalties is where you can really capitalize.
That's right. And again, like we said, that's kind of been the story of this whole game so far. Nobody's really been able to take any sort of action in a positive direction because it always just gets kind of disrupted by some penalty.
Joe Martin gets tackled in our try zone. And we're getting, I believe, a scrum called for the Saints on the 5-meter. All right, the Lions' defense line needs to come up really strong and hard here so the Saints don't gain a lot of ground. Strong tackle, but the Saints make it into their try zone, and it's going to be another try for the Saints. So, score of 7-15 now, with the Saints leading by 8. And that could be a fairly easy kick for the Saints here. The Saints now have a bit of an advantage from the wind on their kicks. And the kick is good. So we've got a score of 17-7. Saints are up by 10.
The Lions are really going to have to work hard here if they want to close this gap.
We need 2 tries, or I guess another option would be a try, conversion, and penalty kick to tie up this game. Lions are down by pretty good margin, but we're not giving up. Kevin Quigley kicks it to one of their forwards. And the story of the game repeats itself. Another penalty awarded to the Lions.
Quigley.
Kevin Quigley has a great run down the field. Tackled over on the side, though. And another penalty awarded to the Lions. I believe that was a high tackle against Kevin Quigley.
Well, let's see. Let's hope the Lions can make this work.
Of all the penalties in rugby, I hate high tackles because it's just dangerous and it's just not good for the game at all.
Right.
Mark Shea running hard. All right, we're within a few meters of our try zone. And I believe we are awarding, well, I'm not quite sure yet.
Yeah, he's blown the whistle a couple different times.
Yeah, it looked like there was a penalty signal to the Lions, a scrum signal to the Saints, but it looks like ultimately it's a penalty awarded to the Lions. Kevin Quigley is getting ready to take it again.
Which is exactly what we want. Let's
quick tap and pass. Nope.
Oh, whoa.
He's running. Passes over to number 4, Charles Prather.
Nice.
Charles Prather running along the sideline. He goes into touch. And we're getting a scrum on the 15-meter, I believe. Scrum for the Lions. Let's get another strong scrum here. So George Mackin has not returned to the game. I'm not quite sure what's up with him, but Derwin has been in for this all of this half so far. So seems like George's injury might be fairly serious.
I mean, he's standing on it on the sideline, so if he had injured it really bad, he wouldn't even be standing. So at least it's not quite to that level.
Yeah, but at this point, George will not be returning to the game. Looks like Derwin will be in for the rest of it. And we've got yet another scrum for the Lions. We're definitely within the distance that we could score a try off of this. No guarantee, of course. And an 8-man pick by Mark Shea. Unsuccessful pass to Joe Martin. And that ball has gone out the back.
Dang it.
So I believe that'll be a 22-meter dropout for the Saints. Kick does not find touch. It's caught by Derwin Wilson. Passes to Joseph de Artola. Backs are passing it down their line. Kevin Quigley has it now. He's taken down right about the middle of the field. Mark Schoeberle evades several potential tacklers, ultimately taken down. All right, our forwards are taking it. Charles Prather passes it straight out of bounds. He was trying to hit one of our wings, Matthew Romero, but it goes way too far. A little bit too much power on that pass. And it's going to be a line out for the Saints. Okay, the line out is taken by the Saints. It looks like it's being called back.
I want to give a quick shout out to brother Dominic, formerly stationed at La Salette. We want to say from all of the guys here, good luck on your half marathon. We'll be with you there in spirit. Good luck on it. Shout out again to brother Dominic, watching from England, I believe. If as long as I know he's still stationed over there. I don't know where he is. He's on vacation or anything, but shout out to brother Dominic. Good luck on your half marathon.
All right, so Lions scrum just outside of our 22, or their 22, sorry. Passing it down the backs.
Oh, man.
Out to Derwin Wilson. Strong run by Derwin Wilson. He's tackled over close to the sideline. And there's been a penalty awarded to the Saints for diving into the ruck.
Dang it. I wish nothing against Derwin, but I wish that would have been George. George is really fast. Ooh.
And the ball kicked by the Saints finds touch right close to the halfway mark. So it'll be the Saints' ball right about in the middle of the field. Not a super high-risk position here, but of course we need to create a turnover here on this line or in the line-out or anywhere else we can. Saints take that line out, pass it down their back line. Pretty good kick by their inside center. Goes into their try zone. Is touched down by Eamon Martin. I believe this will get us a 22-meter dropout again, or a goal line dropout.
It's too bad that Will Dvorak couldn't make it to the game. I believe did he fracture his toe?
Yes,
is that right?
He was doing wrestling last Sunday. Broke his toe. He's one of our best tacklers.
He's really aggressive. I feel like sometimes he feels no pain.
Yeah.
The way that he does stuff, I just don't think he has pain receptors. But yeah, so he has broken toe, so he's going to be unable to play for the probably next couple games if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably about 6 weeks. Okay, so another try by the Saints.
This is going to be a tough kick all the way from the side. Doubtful that he'll make it.
Looks like the Saints have a very good kicker. So we've got a score of 7-24 now. And about 20 minutes left in this last half of the game. Strong kick by Kevin Quigley. Gets it almost all the way to the try zone. Good tackle over by the sideline. Kicked way down the field by the Saints. Looks like Eamon Martin is about to recover it. Strong tackle, and Eamon Martin knocks it on. The Saints take it in for yet another try. We're at 7-29 now. And the kick is good again. Interesting thing about playing in a football stadium here, almost every kick has been ultimately going up into the stands.
Quick injury update here on George Mackin. We're being told that he's doing fine, that he's running around warming up. So hopefully he's good to come back in, maybe even at by the end of this game.
Good tackle by Nathan Wiener there. Saints are slowly but surely taking it down the field. It's out at their backs right now. I have a pretty fast wing taking it, and he's down.
The Lions were able to come away with the ball there, intercepting that pass. And so now they've got it again on offense.
Strong kick by Kevin Quigley, but blocked by the Saints, and the Saints recover that. Once again in R22 with the Saints possession. Kevin Quigley intercepts a pass. He gets tackled. We're back with our possession. Really messy ruck, and the Saints come away with it. We've seen like 3 turnovers in the last minute. Forwards taking it down the middle. And Kevin Quigley picks off another pass again. Matt Romero running down the side.
Beautiful move there.
Heading toward the middle of the try zone. And he's tackled. Lions support is a little slow to arrive, but the Saints recovered that and kicked it, and kick did not find touch, but penalty to the Saints. Kick goes straight into touch, so it'll be the Saints line out here. Charles Prather steals that line out and bats it over to Mark Shea. We're passing it down our backs right now. Joe Martin knocks it on. The Saints gain the advantage. One of their props runs down, gets tackled right about the middle of the field. Short kick right into the hands of Derwin Wilson. Gus Blood close to the sideline. Still have the ball, but lost a decent amount of ground, but looks like Derwin Wilson is trying to make that back up. Strong counter ruck by the Saints. We get it out of there anyway. Dominic Kotsos breaks a tackle, sprinting down the field. Gets tackled, but he gained about 10 meters, and Charles Prather is going with it, and he scores a try. Our second try for this game. We're now at a score of 31-12.
Let's see if Kevin Quigley can get that kick in. It's going to be a tough angle for sure.
I believe he's kicking against the wind now. Great work by Charles Prather there. This is only the second game he's ever played. He played one JV game last year. This is his first varsity game, his sophomore year. So pretty exciting for him. And there's not a whole lot of sophomores who usually play varsity, much less start, much less score tries.
Right. Quigley puts it up, and that's going to fall short. So kick no good. Score remains 31-12.
And our teams are getting back lined up for another kickoff. Saints kick high, but not very far. Kick is fielded by Dvorak. He's tackled. Forwards are taking it down the middle of the field. Very strong run by Raphael Dvorak there. Another good one by Charles Prather. And the Saints create another turnover. And they knock it on. Dominic Kotsos with the ball running down the center.
Lions playing on advantage right now.
Passing it out to our backs. Playing with the forwards in the middle of the field right now, just trying to gain a few feet each phase. And we're going out to the backs. Out to Eamon Martin. Gains a few meters and he's down. Getting close to the try zone. We're within the 22. And the Saints create another turnover, give it a powerful kick. Eamon Martin's going to get that. And he's running back down the field. Tackled, but back on his feet. And he's down right about the middle. Another strong run by Raphael Dvorak. Not extremely fast, but he is aggressive. Joseph de Artola gets a lot of meters and is taken down. It looks like there has been a penalty awarded. And it looks like there may be an injury on the Saints side of the field. The trainer's heading out there. Lions get a minute to regroup, talk with Coach Father Carlisle, and get set up for another phase of play. And we're going again. The Saints get another turnover. Oh, this ball has really gone back and forth. Kicked straight into touch by the Saints. Will be a line out for the Lions. Mark Shea getting ready to throw in this line out. Charles Prather secures it. And we're getting the ball down our back line. All the way out to our wing, Derwin Wilson. Another quick pass to Eamon Martin, and he's down. Strong run by Luke Dean, passes it off to Mark Shea. Another strong run, breaks through several tacklers, is eventually taken down. We're within their 22 now. And a penalty awarded to the Saints. Looks like Vincent Boozing is coming into the game for Captain Mark Shea. Vincent Boozing played 8-man for JV, and it looks like he'll probably be playing 8-man again here for varsity. And the Saints kick makes it into touch, and it'll be a Saints lineout. Saints forwards are taking it. The 7 breaks through several tackles. Is eventually taken down almost to the 22. And a penalty to the Lions. Looks like there's been an injury for the Saints. The trainer's out on the field right now.
So about 5 minutes or so left to play in the game. Lions down 31-12. I think if there's one thing that we could take away from this game that's been really positive, has been the tackling, the aggression on tackles from the Lions.
Yes.
I think that the level that I've seen so far this game has been sort of unparalleled as far as previous years.
Yeah.
A lot more aggression there on defense.
It makes sense. One of the biggest things we've been working on this preseason, so it's one of the things we're doing best on. Looks like the Saints, number 7, flanker, is being replaced. Lions got a minute to get a drink, talk with Father Carlisle, and get ready for another phase. Looks like we've got the teams who are going to be playing the next game on this field warming up on the sidelines right now. All right, so the Lions are getting ready to play off of a penalty. Kevin Quigley boots it straight into touch. Line out past the halfway mark. With Mark Shea out of the game, Dominic Kotsos will be doing line-out throws now. He did line-out throwing with JV last year, did fairly well at it. Gus Blood secures that. And we've got a whistle blown, but looks like we're going to redo that line-out with the Saints throwing in now. Saints secure that lineup. Pass it down their backs. And there's been a knock on, and it'll be a scrum for the Lions here. Another opportunity for the Lions, a scrum in the Saints' half. Hopefully we can get somewhere with this. Scrum is not looking very neat, but we let it go. Peter Dvorak takes it into contact. Using our forwards right now in the middle of the field. And our backs on the right side. Doran Wilson, our wing, taking it. Strong counter ruck by the Saints, but we keep that. Strong run by Luke Dean, gets it just past the halfway mark.
Oh, man.
Passing it out the backs. Pass to nowhere, basically. And the ball goes into touch. Will be another line out. The trainer's on the field again. Taking out the Saints' number 12 inside center. Looks like he'll be getting a replacement.
About 2 minutes or so remaining in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Sir ends the game pretty soon.
Ball comes back out the tunnel from the scrum. We'll be redoing that scrum there. All right, next dead ball will almost certainly be the game with about 30 seconds left to play. Strong scrum drive by the Lions. And the ref is awarding a penalty to the Saints. The Saints kick it to touch.
I think they're probably at the next dead ball. They'll call it.
We've got the stadium scoreboard here with its clock, but the official clock of the game is the ref's watch, so if he's still got time on that, we're still going. Saints secure the ball from that lineout, goes back into touch, and that's game. So 31-12. Saints win. Tough loss for the Lions, but as we've been talking about over the last week, obviously we want to win at this tournament, but the biggest thing from this tournament is that we learn a lot from our games here.
Right.
So we can be better off going into our Illinois rugby season and ultimately going up to the state tournament.
Right, because these games don't count towards our record.
No, this is just, I'm pretty sure this is technically a preseason tournament.
Right.
So this does not count toward our record in the state of Illinois.
So this just highlights what we need to work on and highlights the stuff that we've done really well on. And I think that defense is definitely, or tackling in general, is one of those things that we've done really well on. So
lots to learn from this game. We'll be reviewing it over the next week before break, and then we'll be playing SLU in late March or early April. We've got, of course, our varsity game tomorrow, I believe, against the Kansas City Junior Blues. Hopefully we can get a win there, but again, as we said, we just have to learn from it.
That's right.
Hopefully we can be more ready for tomorrow after today's game. And then, of course, ultimately for our main season starting in April.
Right, so thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Joseph Mackin here alongside Thomas Latz, and be sure to join us tomorrow on Sunday for our game against the Kansas City Blues, Junior Blues, at 11:30 a.m. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to join us tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day.